Ready to go, Lou? I'd say that's a yes. We got the cans loaded up in the back. We're going to the transfer station. All right, how's it going, guys? Jake and Louie here. And as you saw in that first shot, we are in the truck. We got our garbage and recyclables for the house in the back, as well as some metal from the cutoffs of IBC Totes. And we're taking it to the transfer station. That's basically, you know, like a dump, but it's not a landfill. They don't keep the garbage there or anything. It actually gets transferred to a big incinerator that's a couple towns over. So Louie and I go there about once a month. We're able to fit basically a month's worth of garbage in those two big bins there. I have big 96-gallon bags. And we go about once a month on a Saturday that I'm not working to dump it all. It's a pretty dreary, rainy, cold day, so we're gonna get this over with first, and then we'll see what we get into later. Okay guys, as you can see, we just fired up the old International. I got the flatbed on the back. We are going to attempt to load up some firewood in the can for the first time today. I got to bring 2 cords of firewood over to my buddy. I actually traded him 2 cords of firewood for the Quadra-Fire stove that's in the house. And we made the deal way back when Sarah and I actually first moved into the house. And now he wants his firewood now that it's late fall. So I haven't done this yet. I haven't loaded firewood into the dumpster yet. So we're gonna try and figure out the best way to do it. I have 2 different approaches. I'm gonna try and we're gonna see which one works best. So I gotta swap out the flatbed for the dumpster and then we'll get right to it. All right, guys, we got the truck back here in the wood yard. I just dropped the can again. Of course, it started raining lightly, but if it gets too much harder, we might have to have a rain delay here. Definitely raining. I don't know if you can hear it. Seems to be coming down even harder as we speak. All right, well, it's currently a full-on downpour here. know if you can tell, but we're gonna have to wait this one out a bit. All right, guys, we are back after about a 24-hour rain delay, 2 emergency storm calls, back into work, and a wedding. I am back on the wood yard, and we are going to try and get this IBC tote of firewood and then 5 more loaded into this dumpster can right here. Okay, so that first IBC tote went pretty well. It dumped right out, no problem. So I'm going to grab another IBC tote and see if we can, you know, just duplicate that process, basically. So the first 2 totes went pretty well. Third tote, as you can see, kind of ran into some issues here. The wood is kind of, you know, piled up in the front at an angle, you know, sloping back down towards the back. So the tote started, as you saw, like rolling back towards me. I think the best solution to this would be to dump from over the side, but lifting up the tote that high, I think, would be a bit of a struggle for the L3901. I mean, it lifts up the tote all, you know, 3 feet, you know, no problem, but lifting it up that high might be a bit of a challenge. So I have been thinking, I've been talking with Chris and my dad, see if maybe we can build some sort of a ramp and utilize like the elevation of this hill and maybe cut in a little bench or something over here. That way I can just get up a little bit higher, you know, to begin with. That way I don't have to lift up the tote so high, make the tractor unstable. So I don't know. We're just going to have to keep experimenting and figuring this out. Easiest solution might be to just keep loading into the dump trailer for now until we figure out a better solution, but the wood's in here, so we got to keep going.
All right, guys, we're gonna try for number 4. As you can see, I pushed the rest of that wood up and in. I have a feeling a good majority of this tote probably gonna end up on the ground here, but we'll give it a try. Yeah, let's see.
Just saw, I lifted that tote up way too high, not safe. Then when I went to drop it back down, I hit the lever a little bit too hard. With the tractor revved up so much, I don't rev it up that much very often, so the hydraulics were a little bit jerky, and that was a little bit scary. So we're gonna chain up this tote to the pallet forks and see how we do. Okay, so for those of you who are either new to the channel or haven't seen me do this in the past, this is a little system I came up with last year. Basically, I take the chain and wrap it around the 2 crossbars there, and like so. And then I have these chain hooks on my pallet fork frame here. I do this on each side to prevent the tote from, you know, falling off the forks. So the front of this tote is completely cut, so the wood should come out a little bit easier, which is great. Some of it already came out when I had that little scare, but I'm gonna chain up the other side. We're gonna see if we can get this thing dumped. Okay, so I think that is about the extent of the amount of wood I can load into this dumpster can with the tractor out of the IBC totes. This one that I'm doing now, this is number 5, and it's not fully cut on the front, so that's why the rest of this wood didn't come out. But I think any more than this amount in here would probably, like all this, if I were even able to dump it, if the face was cut, I think it would probably just, most of it fall out the back. So I'm gonna have to shut the door here and unload this one by hand and then see how much room we have. I was hoping to get 6 full totes in, so that would be 2 full cords, but we might come a little shy of that. So yeah, gotta do a little wood chucking now. All right, guys, we got that last, or I guess not last, tote number 5 unloaded here into the dumpster can. As you can see, we definitely still have room in the back, as well as like the front corners. I'm probably gonna have to push the top of that pile down a little bit. It's a little high over the side, but I think we should probably be able to fit 6th tote, which would mean two full cords in the dumpster. It would be great, obviously, if I didn't have to unload the last, tote and a half by hand, but such is life. Until we figure out a better solution, maybe something like, I was even thinking about taking my equipment ramps off the trailer and resting them up on this lip here, maybe, just to get a little bit of extra height. I don't know if that would do anything, but let me know in the comments section below if you guys have any ideas. The 2 ideas that I'm going with right now are kind of cutting a bench maybe into this, well, probably not over here, but maybe cutting a bench in over there to the right of the grapple. Or my father's idea was to kind of make a ramp going down to actually drop the dumpster can down into. That way I'm not going up on anything and I'm on flat level ground and the dumpster's a little bit low. But then I have to worry about drainage and water kind of pooling in there and stuff. So I don't know. If you got any ideas, let me know in the comments. I'd appreciate it. All right, guys, as you can see behind me, the can is full. 6 full IBC totes. Got 1 on the pallet forks there, and then 5 stacked up over here. It is pretty much full to the brim. I don't think it could get much fuller. I leveled out the crest kind of in the center, and it's still heaped up over, the side a bit. The thought did occur to me that the dumpster can is still on the ground. I really hope that all this wood on the top doesn't come tumbling out when I load it up on the truck. I thought of that about halfway through. I just lost my train of thought. About halfway through of unloading this last tote here, I decided to keep going. That way I know for the future. As if loading this, 2 cords couldn't have taken any longer. I figured I'd just go for it and see. If a little bit falls out, then I'll just have to pick it up. It's not a big deal, but at least I'll know for the future if I can load it up this full without any falling out. I do totally understand that this is not the most time efficient way. I was hoping that it would be more time efficient as far as loading goes than it was. I think there's definitely some things I need to work out. I think it probably would have been way faster for me to just unload the totes by hand, especially if I had the help of like Sarah or Chris or something. But in the name of firewood science, we will keep going and seeing how this works. So yeah, let's get this dumpster can up on the back of the truck and then we'll go make the delivery.
All right, guys, we got it on. Not a single piece spilled out, so that was a good test there. Can was definitely, pretty heavy, but, definitely not overloaded or anything. It's there's a lot of airspace in there. So I'm gonna go talk to Sarah. She mentioned she might be interested in coming with Louie. So we're gonna figure that out and then head out on the road. Guys, we got the 2 cords dumped here. I was nervous. I couldn't remember if there was this tree here still, actually, because I didn't know if I'd be able to open up the door. And as you saw when I first did, wood came pouring out. One piece got me on the foot pretty good. That's all right. It's got a nice pile of wood here. Let's head home. Well, all right, guys, that's about gonna wrap up this video here. First experience loading up the dumpster can on the International roll-off truck with Firewood, using the tractor and the IBC Totes. Pretty much went the way I was expecting it to. I knew that I wasn't gonna be able to really lift the IBC Totes up and over the edge. I knew it would get really unstable, and I knew that the tractor wouldn't be able to lift it up that high. I also predicted that, you know, the wood would eventually start cascading out and I'd have to shut the door at some point. So for now, that's the only delivery I'm going to really be having to do for the foreseeable future. So time to go back to the drawing board and figure some stuff out, whether I do some sort of ramp thing or cut a bench into the hill here behind me. We'll have to do some more thinking on that. But that's pretty much it. So as always, guys, if you like this stuff, give us a big thumbs up. If you haven't done so already and you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button down below. I'd really appreciate it. Any questions, comments, or especially feedback on how I could be doing this differently, specifically with the roll-off can. I know I could, you know, load it up into the trailer and stuff like I did last year. It would probably be easier. I also know I could hand throw and it would probably be faster. But that's a lot of, you know, manual labor, and I have the tractor and the wood's already in the IBC Totes, so I'd like to, you know, try and use that to my advantage. So if you guys have any ideas, please let me know. I'd really appreciate it. But for now, that's all. I'm Jake. This is Dude Ranch DIY. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you here next time.